Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Flora Lily Birth School. My name is Ruth and I'm a certified hypnobirthing instructor and very busy mum of 3. With this channel, my aim is to help empower couples by giving them the knowledge and confidence to have a really good experience of birth. So if you want to feel calm, confident and in control, then make sure you subscribe to my channel because I upload weekly content with lots of hypnobirthing tools and tips. In this video, I'm talking about the importance of your birthing environment and the impact that that can have on your labour. The space that you give birth in can have a huge impact on how you feel and therefore can have an impact on how your labour progresses. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's talk about why the birth environment is so important. Your body relies on a balance of hormones during your labour. Oxytocin, the love hormone, that causes your contractions and helps to drive your labour forward. Endorphins, your natural pain relief, helping you to feel more calm and more comfortable. And then there's adrenaline, your stress hormone, which can slow down or even stop your labour if there is too much flowing around your body. So to help keep the flow of oxytocin and endorphins, you need to be in an environment where you feel safe, supported and undisturbed. So now let's get practical. How can you set up a space that helps your body work with you rather than against you? So first off, let's think about lighting. Lighting is really important. Keeping the lights soft, dim and low. Using things like fairy lights or battery-powered candles can help create a really lovely, intimate feeling and can help you to feel really relaxed and calm. Sound. Think about creating a playlist with some really lovely, relaxing music or your hypnobirthing tracks. What can you have playing in the background that can help you feel really calm and safe and relaxed? Now thinking about privacy. Feeling watched and observed can increase the flow of adrenaline. So limit the number of people that you have in the room with you. You can also consider using an eye mask or popping on some headphones to help you really go inward. And this can also help to just block out anything that's going on around you that can distract you or kind of pull you away from what you're focusing on. Next, think about smell. You could use some lovely essential oils, smells like lavender or clary sage, but I really do recommend that you go to a proper shop with a professional who really understands essential oils and can recommend what is safe for your labour and birth. Not everything is suitable, so please do seek out that advice before you use any. And also it's really important to go and do that so that you can smell them all beforehand and make sure that you actually like the smells before you start using them during your labour. Finally, thinking about touch. What can you have with you that feels familiar and safe and comfortable? Perhaps a nice blanket or your favourite pillow. What can you take with you or what can you use to make you feel really secure and safe? The goal is to make your space feel really familiar so that your body feels safe enough to just let go. Your birth partner also has a really important role to play here. When you're in labour and birth, you don't want to have to think about the space around you. It's not your problem. Think of your birth partner as a bit of a kind of event manager or space manager for the day. So it's important that you sit down together and plan and prepare for this in advance so that when you go into labour, it's not something that you have to think about or worry about. They are already prepped. They know exactly what you want. They know exactly how to set up your space for you, and that's their job. So your birth partner is the person who should be adjusting the lighting or setting up your candles for you. They're the one who should be responsible for your music and your playlist and popping that on for you. They're the one who needs to be responsible and be aware of who's in the room and to make sure that people are respecting your space. They are also going to be your biggest advocate, so they need to be able to feel confident using the acronym BRAINS. Now, I have a whole video on this, which I will link below, but it's a tool that your birth partner can use with you to ask the right questions during labour and birth. So when things are sprung upon you or interventions are suggested, whatever the midwife might ask you, you can use this tool to make sure you understand what's being suggested, and you can ask questions such as the benefits, the risks, if there are any alternatives, so that you can feel confident in your decisions and you are the people making that informed choice. But during labour, we as women might be in a really vulnerable position where we don't feel strong enough or confident enough to ask the right questions. So having your birth partner there to advocate for you, they already know things that you've discussed beforehand, they already know what your preferences are, but anything that you don't understand in that moment, they are the person that's going to have to advocate for you and speak up. So it's really important that you go through this together, and it's really important that your birth partner feels confident using brains and feels confident asking the right questions. It's your choice to decide where you give birth, but if you are choosing to give birth in a hospital environment, we know that we can associate hospitals with illness, perhaps where you go where something is wrong and it needs fixing, whereas birth isn't a medical event. It's not where you have an illness and something is wrong. However, when you step into a hospital, it can feel really medical, and our bodies can respond by releasing adrenaline because of that fear and that fear of the unknown, and just because of what we already associate with hospitals. So it's important to know that when you do step into a hospital and you are given your birthing space, you can make it your own, and you can still create a really calm, peaceful, safe environment. So again, plan this beforehand with your birthing partner if you know that you're going to be going into hospital. Or even if you're not planning to go into hospital, but that happens, you've already had the discussion of how to set up that room. So thinking about all the things I've already discussed, lights, sound, touch, all those senses come into play. So bring in things with you from home that feel familiar. Bring that comfy blanket, bring your favourite pillow. You can ask for the lights to be dimmed. You can bring in battery-powered candles and tea lights or fairy lights. You could hang up positive affirmations. I actually have fairy lights that have pegs on them, so you could print out or write really positive affirmations or statements that you can then hang up with your fairy lights. Battery-powered, of course. Think about what else is going to get that oxytocin flowing. Perhaps you might have pictures to bring in with you, pictures of other children you already have, or perhaps you have a very loved dog. What makes you feel love? What makes you feel really happy? What makes you feel like you're in a familiar space? If you want to use essential oils, it's likely you won't be able to bring in a diffuser that you can plug in. So you might want to bring in oils and perhaps pop them onto something that you can hold under your nose, like a muslin or another piece of cloth that you might have, or cotton wool pads. So just think about all the things that can encourage oxytocin, what you can hear. You might want to bring in headphones, or you might want to bring in a battery-powered speaker for Bluetooth. You can still do all those things that you do at home, just bring them all into hospital with you and plan that in advance. So when you're planning your birthing environment, always have in your mind what's going to encourage that love hormone. What's going to encourage the flow of oxytocin that is going to encourage my contractions and move my labour forward? What is going to encourage the release of those endorphins? What is going to make me feel really safe, really comfortable, and what is going to feel really familiar? You want to create that home from home environment. That is what your body will respond to. If you feel really safe, intimate, private, and undisturbed, the right hormones will flow. If you step into your environment and do nothing, perhaps if you go into a hospital ward and there's bright lights and there's lots of medical equipment all around you, that's when fear is going to creep in, and that's when you're going to release adrenaline, which will slow down or stop your labour completely. So always keep in your mind that your birthing environment affects your hormones. It affects how you feel, and it affects how your labour progresses. Whether you decide to birth at home, in a birth centre, or in a hospital environment, these small changes can make a massive difference. So if you found this video useful, please do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future content with lots of hypnobirthing tools, tips and techniques. If you'd like any more personalised support, please do reach out to me. I offer one-to-one courses. in your home or online via Zoom. Check out my website, www.floralilybirthschool.com. What will you be bringing with you into your birthing environment to make it more oxytocin positive? Leave me a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.